industry. But I got into basketball once I went to Knox College, and from there I attended the Star Search camp in 2008, 2009. So leading up to Star Search, there were guys around that we looked up to. Some guys, I don't know, you guys are probably too young, but one of our coaches here, Coach Sullivan, was one of those guys like Navish. You guys will know those names, but yeah, we have a lot of coaches here that work at camp or giving back, and those were guys that I looked up to. Coach Michaels was one of my camp counselors here. Coach Watson was my high school coach. So they all played a part in me becoming and developing to be the player that I am now. My goal is to inspire someone, even if it's just one of you guys, because someone inspired me at some point, and now I'm in a position to realize a better life for myself as well as my family, and friends. So my goal is to inspire someone here to take that next step, to believe in themselves in a way that will try to excel on the basketball court or in life, school, whatever it might look like. So coming through Star Search, I was able to get a scholarship. I earned a scholarship in 2010, I believe, I left Jamaica. And from then, I went to high school, performed well in high school, and went on to the University of Connecticut. Some of you guys might know the University of Connecticut, some of you guys might not, but some guys I played there, Ray Allen, Ray Hamilton, maybe Kemba Walker, guys like that. So those guys all went through that university. It's a great university, and I'm honored to be an ambassador and an alumni of UConn. This was all made possible through basketball. I went to high school for free, essentially, because I got a scholarship there. And I went to university for free because I earned a scholarship to play basketball there. That all started right here, where I came in. I had the tools available to me to work and get noticed by a coach. And for you guys now, I think it might be a bit easier even because you have social media, right? You can reach out to different coaches or different programs and, like showcase your skills. A lot of guys are walking around who are a bit taller than average. That's something you can't teach. That will give you an advantage. And for the smaller guys, it all starts with your mindset. I've come to realize that whatever you can perceive, you can achieve, right? And it's a saying that you've probably heard a few different times, but if you really understand what that means, you'll know that anything you want, anything you try to do, it begins first in your mind. If you look at really good players, or even the great players, for example, if you study how they move with a purpose, and they know what works for them because they've practiced and done it a million times. It starts with the mental reps. For example, shooting free throws. I used to be terrible at shooting free throws, but it was all mental, because before I stepped to the free throw line, sometimes I would envision myself missing. It sounds crazy. Why would you put yourself in a position where you're focused on missing a shot, right? So you want to condition your mind to picture positive things and put yourself in that emotional state where you experience a positive outcome before you step out on the basketball court. I'm not telling you to psych yourself out, just prepare yourself mentally for situations that might arise in the game. When you get to a high enough level, guys will scout your team, scout you as individual players, right? Are you right-handed or left-handed? Which one do you use most? Right hand? It's okay, so a scout or a college coach, we're going to play against a team, will look at your skills and what you prefer to do, and they'll try to force you to do things that you're uncomfortable with, right? So mentally, you have to prepare yourself that, okay, that might be the thing that I can see in the game, and as such, you have to prepare yourself that, okay, I have to find a way to work, get to what I'm good at, and to build up and be confident enough in the thing that you're not good at. Because once you take away your strength, then all you have are your weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses in their game. Most of the people say that your game will be completely perfect. That's never the case. You have some guys who are tremendous shooters to compensate for a lack of height on the side, right? So they'll have something they can beat you with if they're not as big and tall and go to the basket level. So once you get that understanding that everything starts with your mind, then it translates to the board and whatever aspect of life you can get into, whatever your job is. And I wish I could sound more excited for you guys to, but this is the truth when it comes to sports, when it comes to life. There's no secret called success in any way. The closest thing you can get to being a perfect player is this: doing the right things consistently over time. Because practice makes permanent. If you do the right things long enough, then it'll be easy for you to execute in the game if your mindset aligns with the actions that you're taking. It doesn't make sense to come into the gym and take 1,000 shots if your role on the team is to be a big guy who's going to rebound the basketball and dunk the basketball, right? It's not about living for yourself, it's understanding your role and how you can impact the team as a player, because basketball is a team sport. So my main thing that I want to leave with you guys is that everything begins in your mind. It doesn't matter if you're the smallest player. Steph Curry is the tallest player in the world, but he understands that to be effective, he needs to be really good with the basketball in his hands. Now he's one of the greatest shooters. I'm not saying he wouldn't be as great, but maybe he didn't have to overcome the limitation of his height. He would probably put as much time into that. Because for me, for example, I'm athletic, so I rely on that most of the time where I could run and dunk, so I didn't spend as much time working on ball handling and shooting because I really didn't need to. So out of necessity, you guys who are maybe short or maybe skinnier, for example, I was always skinny, you'll have to find a way to impact the game, and when you realize what that might look like, then you put all the time that you can into improve those skills, and once you realize your weaknesses, you want to work on those to give yourself the best chance to be effective on the court. So to wrap up, I just want to encourage you guys to keep showing up every day and working as hard as you can. Something will happen from being here. You might not realize that today, it might not be tomorrow, but you'll learn something that will be applicable to your life and on the basketball court when you go back to your respective school. So whatever you learn from our coaches here, if you have to make a note of it, write it down, think about something that you've learned and try to build on that as a player. And you never know, because for me, when I started here, my goal was never to play professionally. I was just trying to get a scholarship to go to high school because my parents were never rich, so I wanted to find a way to further my education. Not knowing that this was opening the door for me to become something that I never dreamed of. So each of you here has the opportunity to be around like-minded individuals that could guide you in a way that will help you to improve as a player and as an individual. So I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you learned something from what I said. If you don't learn anything else throughout this whole campus, remember that everything you do starts in your mind. Everything you do starts in your mind, and once you understand that, then I think it could transform who you are as a player and as a person. Whether that's overcoming fear, lack of confidence, you want to find an example of someone who is extremely confident, right? You want to look how they move, you want to study how they carry themselves. And there's a saying that you should fake it until you make it. That's what that looks like. When you look at someone who you want to be like, you see how they move, and then you start taking actions that person is taking. So I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you guys take something from this camp and better yourselves.
Thank you, Kenton Facey. Words of inspiration. I hope you listen to the keynotes. The keynotes. I'll pick on some of you to tell me what you have learned. Let me start with